Welcome back to Mr. Magazine, where we uncover the truth behind the glimmer, the stories that stir hearts, not just headlines. Tonight, we bring you the night Istanbul stopped to breathe, a night when two names, whispered through weeks of speculation and silence, stepped into the light again. Afra Saraçoğlu and Ramazan Demir, the couple that captured millions with their on-screen passion and off-screen tenderness, appeared together at last, hand in hand, radiant, and quietly victorious. For weeks, digital whispers had grown into a storm. Fans had noticed their absence from each other's social media, their silence in interviews, the lack of familiar shared photos. Speculation spread like wildfire. Did they break up? Have they drifted apart? Was it all just a show? The entertainment world was thirsty for answers. And then, in one sweeping, cinematic gesture, the couple arrived, dispelling every rumor not with words, but with presence. Last night, beneath the flashing lights of an exclusive Istanbul award ceremony, Afra and Mert walked the red carpet together, fingers interlaced as though every headline and whisper had dissolved into insignificance. The crowd gasped first, then applauded. The photographers' shouts merged into a chaotic chorus, yet the couple walked slowly, deliberately, smiling as if to say, "We never left." Afra Saraçoğlu was a vision of poised simplicity. Her gown, a flowing satin masterpiece in a delicate shade of powder rose, shimmered softly beneath the camera flashes. With its open back and minimal silhouette, it framed her elegance without the need for extravagance. Her hair gathered into a loose bun, and the bare leather makeup lent her an ethereal calm, a quiet reminder that grace doesn't need to shout. Beside her, Ramazan Demir cut a striking figure in a classic black tuxedo. Crisp lines, measured movements, and a gaze that never wandered far from her, he was the perfect complement to her serenity. Together, they didn't just walk, they seemed to glide, every step radiating unity, defying months of speculation in a single frame. As they paused for photos, the chemistry between them told a story words couldn't. Their subtle smiles, the gentle squeeze of intertwined hands, the fleeting looks exchanged beneath the noise of cameras, all carried the same message: we are fine. And then came the microphones, as they always do. Afra, radiant yet composed, responded with that unmistakable warmth that made audiences fall for her in the first place. "Everything is fine, we are together." "Thank you," she said, brief, clear, confident. Her tone left no room for further questions. Mert followed, his expression relaxed but steady. "We understand each other very well. Work can be hectic, these rumors happen. We just take them with humor." It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't defensive. It was honest, spoken with the comfort of two people who had weathered enough to stop explaining themselves. Here at Mr. Magazine, we love to ask, what do you think, dear viewers? Was this appearance a deliberate message to the public, or a natural continuation of a love that never faltered? Tell us in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Mr. Magazine and tap the join button if you want to support us as we bring you the most beautiful, authentic stories from the world of fame and emotion. Back at the ceremony, the night unfolded with a rhythm all its own. The pair remained inseparable, sitting side by side, whispering between segments, occasionally laughing at private jokes as the cameras discreetly tried to capture their intimacy. Behind-the-scenes clips quickly surfaced online, Afra gently holding Mert's hand, Mert leaning closer to whisper something that made her blush. Within minutes, those snippets flooded social media timelines. True love triumphed. Shame on those who said they broke up. This is the real red carpet romance. These were just a few of the thousands of comments that surged beneath every post featuring them. Fans, long deprived of sightings, seemed to exhale collectively, finding reassurance in the familiar glow of their connection. Yet, on this night, the answer stood right in front of everyone. Inside the grand ballroom, when Afra's name was called and she stepped on stage to receive her award, every lens turned again, not just to her, but to Mert. As she delivered her acceptance speech, thanking her colleagues and supporters, her gaze drifted, almost unconsciously, toward him. That one brief smile exchanged across the golden-lit hall spoke volumes. Moments later, as she descended the stage, Mert rose from his seat, his applause the loudest in the room. Cameras caught the look, a mixture of pride and tenderness so palpable it silenced even the cynics who had once labeled them a publicity stunt. The video of that single glance, that smile, that proud applause, became an instant phenomenon online. Within hours, hashtags like #AfraMertLove, #RedCarpetMagic, and #StillTogether trended worldwide. Clips were edited into romantic montages, fans wrote captions celebrating a love that survived the noise, and others shared side-by-side comparisons of their earliest interviews, the journey from setmates to soulmates. One fan wrote, "They don't need to prove anything. Just one look is enough." Another, "That's not PR. That's partnership." Throughout the evening, they offered no dramatic declarations, no exaggerated displays of affection, just genuine connection, understated but visible to anyone who knew what to look for. That subtlety was their statement. Their unity was their response. By the time the ceremony concluded, even the most skeptical columnists began to rewrite their narratives. Headlines shifted from "Trouble in Paradise" to "Love Still Reigns." It wasn't just a denial of gossip, it was a masterclass in reclaiming narrative. Mr. Magazine invites you to reflect, in an age when relationships are dissected through pixels and posts, what does it mean to show love without spectacle? Are Afra and Mert redefining celebrity romance by protecting it, instead of broadcasting it? Share your thoughts below, we'd love to know what you believe keeps a real connection alive under public scrutiny. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with every story that celebrates truth over rumor, heart over hype. By pressing the join button, you help us continue crafting these thoughtful narratives from the beating heart of Turkish show business. As the night drew to an end, and the glittering crowd began to disperse, Afra and Mert slipped away quietly, still hand in hand. There was no grand farewell, no forced exit for the cameras. Just a calm walk toward the waiting car, two silhouettes framed by flashing lights that now felt less intrusive, almost reverent. For those who watched them leave, there was a sense of closure, not the ending of a chapter, but the reaffirmation of one. In a world obsessed with breakups, scandals, and fleeting connections, they reminded everyone that some stories don't need a plot twist to stay compelling. Sometimes, love survives simply because it's rooted deeper than the noise that surrounds it. So as Istanbul's skyline glittered behind them and the final camera flashes faded, the question that had haunted the tabloids for weeks dissolved into something quieter, more truthful. Not did they break up, but how do they keep holding on? And perhaps, that's the answer the world needed to see, not in posts or captions, but in a look, a hand, a smile. This is Mr. Magazine, reminding you once more, in the whirlwind of fame, the real stories are still the ones that make you feel. If you enjoyed this emotional glimpse into Afra and Mert's unforgettable night, show your love with a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe and join our community of viewers who celebrate the beauty beneath the spotlight. Because here, at Mr. Magazine, we don't just follow stars, we follow hearts.